let me give us something that we might be familiar with: Christian conduct. It's not about being perfect or having spiritual gymnastics or spiritual performances. It's about steadiness. And I think the important thing to take from the text in which Paul is writing to the church in Ephesus is that he's painting a picture of a life shaped by humility, patience, and discipline. Good day, and welcome to Fireside with the Chaplain. It is Hump Day, and man, oh man, how do we conduct ourselves on Hump Day? The word of the day today is conduct. And I want to talk a little bit about, the conduct of a Christian or the conduct of humanity. Maybe think about living faith with steady love. Let me put it to you this way. Most people notice our words first. Why? Because it's what we hear, and typically that's how we communicate. But what they remember more than just our words is our conduct. They remember conduct way longer than they remember words. I think it was Maya Angelou that said, people remember how they were treated far more than they remember what people may have said to them. How we carry ourselves in ordinary moments, especially when life is demanding or our relationships are strained, quietly reveals something specific about what's shaping on the inside of us. Scripture reminds us that faith is not only something we hold, but it is something we live. Something that we participate in one step, one day at a time. And it is revealed in how we treat others. If we look at what Paul wrote in Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 2, it reads this way. It says, "Conduct yourselves with humility and discipline, not in fits and starts, but steadily pouring yourself out for each other in acts of love." Character is how you treat those who cannot do anything for you. Better yet, character is how you treat those who can do nothing for you. Yeah, that hits a little harder, a little different. Conduct is the outward expression of an inward commitment, how our values, our faith, and our character are embodied in daily attitudes, choices, and relationships. As I reflected on this, I reflect on how we like to use Christianity as an adjective. So let me give us something that we might be familiar with: Christian conduct. It's not about being perfect or having spiritual gymnastics or spiritual performances. It's about steadiness. And I think the important thing to take from the text in which Paul is writing to the church in Ephesus is that he's painting a picture of a life shaped by humility, patience, and discipline. A life that is lived consistently rather than reactively. The kind of conduct, or this kind of conduct, is not dependent upon our mood or our circumstances. It's just who we are, the being. It's rooted in a profound, ongoing transformation of one's heart. Conduct becomes a spiritual practice when we choose restraint over retaliation, when we choose gentleness over sharpness, and love over convenience. These are challenging ideas to bring into life, but these choices yet often go unnoticed by a world that is driven on tone and posture and position and dominance. Think about this. The choices that we make, although they're not noticed, they matter deeply to the God in which we claim to believe in. It shows up in our own tone toward people, something I've had to work on for years, our posture, and our responses. Faith takes on flesh. It takes on real life. When we pour ourselves out for each other in acts of love, our conduct becomes a quiet yet robust testimony for others. It actually states that God's grace is not only believed, but it is also trusted enough to be lived out in a way that reflects the very love of God, especially when it requires us to surrender our patience, pride, and our comfort. You see, God calls us to a way of living marked by humility, discipline, and love, and conduct is a daily witness of a heart being shaped by grace and expressed through steady, faithful care for others. Here, I got 3 questions. These are hard. They're hard for me. Number 1 is, what does your conduct reveal about what is being shaped in your heart right now? Yeah. What does your conduct reveal that's being shaped in your heart right now? Here's number 2. Where are you most tempted to live in fits and starts, stop and go, rather than steady faithfulness? Yeah. Are you all over the place? Or are you steady? Finally, number 3, how might conduct become more of an intentional act of love for you toward others today? Again, if you forget everything that I've said, remember this. Faith is not proven in moments of intensity, but in steady, humble conduct shaped by love. One ordinary choice at a time. The word of the day is conduct. If these words are blessing you, if you are experiencing a change in your own life, or if you know someone that might be interested in what a word can do for them, hit the share button. Please share it as many times as you can. And if you have not yet become a financial support partner with Focus and Vision Ministries, by all means, click a link below here and join us in spreading a word that can change somebody's life across the world. Until we meet again next time, God be with you and you be well.